caught my boyfriend being a perv to another family member, but then I realized he was the victim. My boyfriend Percy had a disturbing relationship with his younger brother Bart that sent me into years of therapy. At first, I thought Bart was just being protective of Percy since he had been cheated on before, but after 6 months of dating, I realized Bart wasn't protecting anyone other than what was in his pants. It started small with Bart forgetting to tell me about family dinners until after they happened. He'd show up at Percy's apartment whenever I was there claiming he needed help with homework, even though he was a grown man and a semester away from graduating college. Once he spilled red wine all over my white dress at a party and spent 10 minutes apologizing while pressing napkins against only my breast, even though the wine fell on my lap. Things got worse when Percy and I moved in together. Bart suddenly had emergencies every weekend that only Percy could help with. His car broke down 40 minutes away when we had Ice Spice tickets. He got food poisoning during our anniversary dinner and begged Percy to make him tea. When I surprised Percy with a romantic getaway, Bart called crying about wanting to take his own life unless Percy was next to him. The worst incident happened around Percy's birthday. The night before, I came home early from work and heard Bart in our bedroom. He was sitting on our bed holding one of Percy's shirts and talking to himself. He doesn't need her. We were perfect before she came along. Just you and me, Percy, like it should be. I thought he was just talking, but I heard rubbing sounds. As the sound got louder, Bart breathed heavier. I couldn't believe it. He talked himself into finishing on Percy's shirt. I screamed at him, asking what the hell he was doing. Bart jumped up and tried to explain, but I'd heard enough. I told him to get out before I called Percy and the police. He begged me not to say anything and actually grabbed my wrist so hard that his fingernails left marks. You don't understand. I've loved him longer than you. I've been there for everything. You're just some girl who showed up and ruined it all. You're not any better than me just because you have a kitty cat. I pulled away and locked myself in the bathroom while calling Percy. Bart pounded on the door screaming that I was lying and trying to break up their family. When Percy got home, Bart had already started his performance. Tears streaming down his face saying I'd attacked him and accused him of terrible things. Percy looked between us not knowing who to believe. Bart clung to his arm sobbing about how he just wanted his brother to be happy. He was so convincing I almost believed it myself. That's when I showed Percy the shirt. I held it in front of him. Somehow the white swimmers were still fresh and goopy for Percy to see. The way Percy's face changed from confusion to horror to rage was something I'll never forget. He stepped away from Bart like he'd been burned. Bart tried to explain, but there was no explaining that away. Get out, Percy said in this commanding voice that was kinda hot. Bart dropped to his knees begging and saying it wasn't what it looked like. He only had brotherly love for him and I'd twisted everything. But we both knew the truth. The way he sweated and purposely didn't use any lotion wasn't